Tired of listening to the same old boring podcast bull? Then tune in to the Unnamed podcast, available on Anchor.fm and Spotify.com.
This is the Unnamed podcast.
You're listening to the Unnamed podcast, available on Spotify and Anchor.fm and everywhere else podcasts are available. And here is your host, Midnight Lunatic.
What is going on, Midnight Crew? It is your host, Midnight Lunatic, and I am here bringing you another episode. How's it going, guys? How's it going? How's everything for you guys? Everything good? Man, oh man. Now let me tell you something. Now, I did have other plans. I really did. But something came up this week that I didn't have any control over. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I did have plans on bringing a guest on the show with me that you guys have never seen on the show before. And, sometimes things happen and we just can't really, we really don't have any, what's the word I'm trying to say? There's, I'm lost for words right now. I just, some things happen that are out of my control. That's the word I'm trying to say here. Some things happen that are out of my control. And so I got to kind of improvise on things. And this is one of those times where I just have to improvise. So there will be no guest, but I want to come on here and let you know the reasons why and just kind of give you guys more clarity on, because I know a lot of people have questions about this season and like what direction I'm trying to go in with this season. Now, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that also. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk to you guys about and kind of clear up, some of the questions that I've been getting from people. But first, we got to start it off right? We got to do. What we got to do. You know what time it is. That's right. It is fact of wisdom time, baby. Let's go. Hey, are you guys ready? All right. Now, fact of wisdom coming to you now. Apple has a secret police called the Worldwide Loyalty Team that makes sure that no employees leak something. Yes, if you work with Apple, you probably already know. They have their own special team that says, hey, if we catch you leaking stuff, you're done. You're gonzos. Don't even try it. They got their own secret police. That's crazy. Now, Apple's a big company, and I'm pretty sure Apple's not the only company that does this stuff. I'm pretty sure Samsung has it. I'm pretty sure Microsoft, Google probably does this thing too. Apple can't be the only ones, right? They can't be the only ones. Now, if they are the only ones, that's crazy. Apple has some secret stuff that we probably don't even know, that they're probably planning phones like 10 years in the future right now. We don't know that. How are we supposed to know, They got the police over there saying that, hey, you can't leak it. You can't do it. You can work on it, but you can't say nothing. All right. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But hey, okay. All right. So let me explain something. So I had a guest coming on. Now, I was supposed to record this episode last week, right? But what had happened was last Saturday, man, it was a fun Saturday. Let me tell you, it was a fun Saturday. I hung out with my buddy Tim. Tim from the first episode of this season. Hung out with him and his fiance. We went to different parks around the the city. Went to different parks doing some Pokemon hunting, right? We play Pokemon Go on our phones. And man, if you guys don't have Pokemon Go, you guys need to get it. and just send me your friend code because we can be friends on there. We can send each other gifts. I mean, you can see what Pokemon. I can see your Pokemon. It's a good game. It's a fun game. But we were doing that this Saturday. And we're out all day Saturday. We were out from the morning time until the afternoon. Me and him were just hanging out, having a good time. And I got home that night. I got home, and there was a letter that was sitting on my table. My roommate actually got my letter, and this letter read that pest control was actually coming into my apartment that I stay at, and pretty much do a like a bombing of my apartment, right? And for those that don't know what a bombing is, that means like when you have a pest problem, they come in and they set off like this pesticide bomb repellent thing, right? So it basically spreads this pesticide stuff like all throughout the house. So that's what happened. I got this thing on Saturday, right? That they were coming the following Monday, this past Monday. Now, I only had 2 days to prepare. And for those that don't know, when you prepare these things, you have to empty out everything. Everything in your kitchen area, everything in your bathrooms, your closets. I mean, you pretty much have to empty out every drawer, cabinet, closet, medicine cabinet, like everything. You have to empty out everything. And so for the past, the entire weekend, I spent packing up everything. And I'm telling you, I have a lot of dishes and stuff in my kitchen, a lot of food, because I just went food shopping like a couple days before. So I had an entire stock of food sitting in my cabinet that I had to repack. And mind you, I don't keep the bags from the grocery stores. So I had to use my duffel bags, my bags for whenever I'm packing to go visit somewhere, right? I had to pack my stuff in that. Luckily for me, I have enough bags to hold everything, but man, it was such a pain. All day, all night, I should say, on Saturday, and all day on Sunday, I spent packing. Now, on Monday, usually they like to come early, in the day, like between, 6 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 9, somewhere in that area. What had happened was, I woke up Monday at 6 in the morning, right? Because I figured, hey, they might be here at 7. They might be here at 8. I need to be ready. Like me and my dog, we can't be here. So like, we got to make sure that everything's ready and set up, and, that I have everything for her throughout the day. So that way, food and water for her, and, snacks for me and things like that. So I had the plan that, okay, I was going to leave the house at 11 because by then they did not come. So I left my house at 11. I went to the park that's a couple blocks down from where I stay. Went to the park with my dog. Spent pretty much all day there. I'm talking until about 4 in the afternoon, right? Now, it's not a long time, but for some, like spending 4 or 5 hours at a park, like, it's tiring. It really is, especially on a sunny day. There was no clouds. It was just pretty much all sun coming on you. And me being in Phoenix, it gets pretty hot over here. Now, luckily for me, it was a pretty nice day that day. So I wasn't too mad about that. I had a fun time, but at the same time, it was the most tiring day that I have ever had before. Now, I walked 10 miles, guys. 10 miles I walked that day. Now, I was in so much pain. My feet hurt. My knee like pretty much was giving out on me. Like it was a bad time. So I got home at 4. I figured, hey, I figured, they would come at noon or like 1. They should be done by then, right? I get home, come inside, didn't see anything. Did not see a single thing, right? I was like, where, there's usually they leave a note or a letter, saying that it was done, that I can come back inside, something like that, right? There was nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, though, this is weird. Let me call the front office. I call the front office, the leasing office, and I'm like, hey, is my apartment, they still need to come? Did they already come? Like, what's the deal? And they told me that they had not come just yet. They had not shown up. that apparently there was a problem with their front office. And now, look, I think for me, I don't know. I don't know this to be true, but I have suspicions that the front office, my leasing office, forgot that my apartment was scheduled for a pest control thing, and they would have forgotten about it until I called them, because I called them at 4:20, right? The pest control people stop working at 5, right? So I called them at 4:20 saying, hey, like, what's the deal? They said there was some kind of, issue with the pest control company, like this and that, right? Giving me these excuses, right? And they're like, we might have to reschedule. Like, they have until 5 to come, so we might have to reschedule if they don't show up. And I'm like, well, this is great, because Monday, this was on Monday, I had a call out from work. I had to miss work because I could not leave my dog. Like, me and her spent the entire day together because I could not leave her. I can't just leave her inside with, the pesticides everywhere. I can't do it. And I don't have money to be paying for a dog sitter. I don't have, anyone to watch my dog for me. So it was just like one of those days where I'm like, man, like, I got a call out of work. So I was letting them know, like, it's inconvenience for me because I had to miss work. I was already outside with my dog all day. Like, I can't keep her outside like that. Like, it's already getting dark. Like, I don't want her to be outside all day. Like, she's tired too. She wants to rest up. And believe me, guys, my dog was so tired. Like, she was having the most miserable time. She had fun at the park, but to the point where, like, she was like, oh, okay, I've had my fun. Like, can we just go home now? So she was pretty tired too. And we were both just grumpy by the end of this. Now the pest control people decided to show up 15 minutes before 5. 15 minutes before 5. At 4:45, they showed up. Now, this irritated me because I had just barely got comfortable. I was like, I don't want to go back outside. I'm comfortable. If they have to reschedule, that's fine, but they better not come on a day that I have to work. So I was irritated that they came at 15 minutes until 5. I was so done. I was wanting to go off on some people, guys. Like, I was just livid. I was just like, oh, so frustrated. So I answer the door, and it's the pest control guy, and they're like, I'm here for the inspection, or la 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 la. And I'm like, bro, like, catch me a break. Like, what in the world? And so, after a bombing, you usually have to wait 3 hours before you can come back inside. I was like, I am not staying outside until 8:00 at night. I am not doing it. Nope, I am not doing it. So I ended up staying outside until about 6:30. Came back inside. I gave it 2 hours, guys. I gave it 2 hours, let it do its thing. I came back inside. I opened my windows. I turned on my fans, and I aired out the place as quickly as I could. I was so done for the day. So instead of recording the podcast episode, which I wanted to do with my friend, I could not because of that. So that is why I now have to improvise this episode right here because of that. So yes, I did have plans, guys. I did have plans, and I am sorry that they fell through, but I'm going to still try to do that episode next week, or next episode, I should say. Because I don't know when I'm going to be able to do another one. I mean, they are expected to come back in the next week. So I don't know. But if I get the time, I will make sure to do it. But it kind of sucks because I was so excited about doing that episode because it's been a long time coming. Since season 2, guys. Since season 2, I've been wanting to do that episode with my buddy. And let me tell you, like, the things that I had planned for that episode, the things that I do have planned for that episode, like, you guys are probably going to like it. You guys are probably going to like that episode. And I sure know I am. But, man, it sucks that, like, things like that just happen out of nowhere. And you kind of just got to improvise your entire situation. Like, I was not ready for that. But at the same time, like, I'm like, all right, well, let's do it then. So to this day, as I'm recording, I still have my stuff packed because I was like, you know what? It's not even worth me unpacking everything just to pack it again in a couple weeks. So I still have everything pretty much packed up. Luckily for me, it's, mostly canned stuff and, like noodles and stuff. So it's no big deal for me. I have everything in my freezer, everything in my fridge still. But like my pots and pans, like they're all still packed away. I get what I need for the day and then I wash it and then pack it back up. But man, it's things like that kind of just frustrate me. Like I have so much things planned out and then one little thing like that just throws my entire schedule off. Like taking off work, having to go outside with my dog all day. I mean, look, I'm not saying it was a bad thing to go outside. I'm not saying it's, I'm not that lazy. I'm just saying being outside literally all day was tiring, especially when I did that like 2 days prior with my buddy. Like, oh man, that weekend was the longest weekend of my life, guys. I had a great time. Don't get me wrong. I did have a great time. My dog had a great time. My buddy had a great time. I had fun hanging out with them. But man, it was so frustrating. I was very stressed out. I went off on a couple people that I probably shouldn't have. So if you're one of those people that kind of felt my wrath that day, I'm sorry, but I was just very frustrated that day. But yeah, but we're still here. We're still banging out these episodes, but it just did not go as planned. Now, for the people that are asking me, well, what is your what are you trying to do this season? What's your outlook for this season? Now, for me personally, what I want to do with this season is switch things up from what I've normally been doing. Now, what I've normally been doing, if you guys are regulars here, I talk about things that are happening in the real world. I talk about things that are happening in the country. I talk about things that interest me about the world, about what's going on right now. Now, it got stale for me. It got too boring for me that I just did not enjoy talking about it no more. Like everything just turned so political so quick to the point where I don't want to say the wrong thing about something and someone getting ticked off because I accidentally said something that they didn't like. I don't want to make things political. I never wanted to make things political. And everything is just political now. And it sucks, but that's the world we live in. And so for this season, I kind of just want to do things different, tell some stories, have a few laughs, get some buddies on, tell our stories about, the times that we hung out, fascinating, stories that we've had in our lives and things that we've shared together and how we've met and, things like that. I want to just switch it up and just have fun with this season. I want to just make this a season where it's fun for everyone. We just hear interesting stories and share interesting stories. And exactly what I'm doing now. I'm sharing stories with you. It's one of those seasons where I want to have fun. I want to mix it up and not just talk about things that are going on in the real world. I just want to just share something interesting with you guys. If you guys don't find it interesting, hey, it's interesting to me, and that's all that matters. If I like doing it, I'm going to do it. No matter if you're behind me or not, I'm still going to do it the way I want to. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to get everyone's attention. But if I gain at least one or two people's attention, that is great by me. So that's pretty much the direction of which I'm going with the season. Is I want people to get more involved with the show. And so I'm inviting other people into the show and we're just talking about random stuff, kind of like the way YouTube is right now. You get a bunch of creators, in and they just play random games and they're just talking about random stuff and they just watch random videos together. It's all random. It's all fun. It's all, fun and games. And that's what I'm trying to do with this season. It's all fun and games for me. I just want to do something different, see what what works, see what doesn't work. And if it does good, I'll continue to do it. If it does poorly, then I'll stop and say, hey, okay, well, what can I do different to maybe add a little bit more of a, pizzazz to it? So yes, that is the direction of which I'm going with the show. Season 4, I mean, we're still doing it. This is now episode 2 of season 4. I'm still excited that we're on season 4, guys. Like, holy bazooka. Look, I think it's been a year. I think it's been pretty much a year since I first started this thing. A year, and we're 4 seasons deep. That is crazy to me. I remember when I used to do these weekly. Now I'm just like, how did I do it? Like, it's so hard to do these bi-weekly as it is with everything going on right now in my life, that I'm like, how the hell did I manage to do it weekly? Like, that's crazy. Like, I must have been insane. But man, we're still here. We're still doing it, and I'm still having fun doing it. Sometimes I get those days where I'm just like, man, maybe I should just, give up. Maybe I should just stop. No one seems to enjoy it. No one seems to like really care about the show. But then I'm just like, you know what? I still like doing it. No matter how lazy I am, I'm just like, I'm still going to do it. I got to, it's like I said in the last episode, it's a way of just me expressing who I am. And I'm just a guy that just likes to talk, I guess. I never used to like talking, especially like sitting in a room by myself, how I'm doing it right now. Like, I'm just talking to myself and I'm in my own thoughts in my own head. And I'm just saying random words pretty much. But I'm sharing my experience with you guys. I'm sharing my life with you guys. Now, there's a lot of things I'm not going to share with you guys because those are private thoughts for me. But, for the majority part, my life is an open book. My friends know me. They know about my past. They know about, where I grew up and things like that. And, all my family members, of course, they know who I am. They know my past. They know my history. They know everything. But I mean, if I feel comfortable enough to the point where I want to share it, I will. But, I don't want to give out my entire personal life, not just yet. But hey, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I have for this episode, guys. I just wanted to come on here and just let you know, like, what happened, what my plans were, why they fell through. I'm sorry that this episode might be a little bit like out of the norm from what you guys are used to. And like I said, that's fine by me because I want to do different things. I want it to be different. I want you to be surprised and shocked on every episode this season. I want you to be like, oh, well, this is new. Huh. I don't know if I like this or don't like this. I want you to just think about it and just be like, I can't tell if I like it or don't like it, but I want more. I want you to be in that mindset where I'm just like, grabbing you guys in and pulling you guys into this episode and this season. That's what I want to do. Every episode this season, I want it to be like that, where it's just like, I don't know if I want more or if I want less, but keep it coming. And that's what I'm trying for, man. But yes, that's pretty much all I have. I just, like I said, I wanted to share that with you guys and let you guys know that, there I do have some things planned. But unfortunately, you can't stop, little things like that in your life. And like I said, they're coming back in the next week, like after I'm, they're coming back the week, in a week and a half from the day I'm recording this. Yes, a week and a half from the day I'm recording this. And hopefully that'll be the last time that they come back, and then we can get back to our regular schedule. So it's going to be a little tipsy-turvy for the next couple episodes. But I'm telling you guys, I do have some big plans, and I want them to go right, and I'm trying to get them to go right. But, when things happen like that, you just got to improvise on your schedule and do things out of the norm. And I am working on a group channel with some of my buddies. Now, I can't say nothing too much about it because we're still in the talks on everything right now. But hopefully within this month, I can share with you guys a little bit more details. And who knows, maybe I can get all of them on here and we can discuss a little bit more on what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be doing it. I'm excited for that. So off my podcast, I am working on other stuff, as well as working at my job, as well as taking care of my dog, as well as getting prepped with this apartment stuff. A lot of things. I still got my sponsor. I don't know if you guys checked out that video. If you haven't, go on my Facebook, on my YouTube channel. I got the chicken skins sponsoring me, and hey, chicken skins, I'm just saying, if you're listening right now, thank you so much for that. I look forward to partnering with you guys again, hopefully very soon. You guys got to go check that out. I do have some other flavors that I still have not tried out yet that I kind of want to make another review video about it, and just go through every flavor and just review them. They are really delicious. I did share the ones that I did try with a couple of my buddies at work. They didn't seem to like them as much as I did, but I mean, they're not for them. They're for me, right? And as long as I like them, that's all that matters, right? And I did like them. I like them a lot. And so I plan on doing a video for the rest of the flavors here pretty shortly once I get more time in, more free time. But yeah, this is Midnight Lunatic. I'm now signing out, guys. It's been a wild week for me, but hey, it is what it is. I'm just trying not to stress out about things and keep a positive outlook on everything that's happening right now, even though I'm very, very drained out. But hey, man, that's life. You just gotta take it day by day and stay on the positive side with everything else going on in the world. But yeah, that's everything, guys. I promise this is everything now. Okay, that's everything. I know I said it about 1,000 times already, but look, all right, I'm done. I'm out. I love you guys. See you guys next time. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Texas just reopened. Mississippi, I believe it was Mississippi, just reopened. That's crazy. Are we next? Is Arizona next? I don't know. We'll see. Is your state next? Who knows? We'll see. But I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe. I love y'all. Midnight Lunatic signing out. Bye-bye, guys.